Eclipses. They are a celestial phenomena. When we talk about solar eclipse, we talk about the shadow of moon falling on the earth, the disk of the moon covering the disk of the sun. They are a regular phenomena, but we consider them bad, we consider them negative. But eclipses are in fact trigger points in our life. They trigger a specific angle of our horoscope and can cause soul realignment, karmic realignment. They create thoughts, they create ideologies, they change the pattern how the society function. And this is exactly what will happen on 10th of June when we will experience a solar eclipse. But I'm not talking about an astronomical phenomena here. We are discussing astrology. And in astrology, we just need to find that if eclipse is happening, which areas of the horoscope can get impacted, and therefore those are the areas in your life which has to be understood during this small time frame. And for the next 6 months, you need to keep a watch on the doings of that particular part of the life, that particular sector of your life on this planet. That's what eclipse is all about. Eclipses creates changes. Hello seekers, welcome to Punis Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. We will discuss about eclipse that will happen, a solar eclipse that will happen on 10th of June 2021. Do not forget to hit subscribe and do not forget to click the bell icon because that keeps you and me connected. So subscribe and stay connected. If you like the video, do not forget to hit the like button and also comment your suggestions in the comment box below. And also share your experiences of the eclipse in the comments box below so that as a community, we can understand how it is affecting different people on the planet. You can take my consultations. For that, you have to drop me an email. The email ID is in the description box below. And you can follow me on social media platforms for quick updates and to stay connected 24/7. Let's begin with understanding of solar eclipse for all ascendants. So what you see on the screen is the eclipse day and the time. I just kept it 2 p.m. And you see in the sign of Taurus, what is happening? There are 4 planets. BP is Bhrigu point, so we can simply ignore that. Rahu is in Rohini Nakshatra at 16 degree 13 minutes approximately, whereas Sun is at 25 degree 32 minutes. That is why in India it is a partial eclipse, and at many places eclipse will not be visible. Degree wise they are separate and they are approximately 9 degrees apart, so it's a huge separation. Also Rahu's direction is toward the sign of Aries, whereas Sun direction is towards the sign of Gemini. So definitely the eclipse, the distance is too much. So the impact of Rahu will not be the way it should be, provided a degree was closer to the Sun. But definitely it will have high astrological significance. On the other hand, Moon is in Mrigashira Nakshatra and Sun is in also Mrigashira Nakshatra. Now definitely this is the day of Amavasya or the new moon. As you can see, Sun and Moon are very close to each other along with Rahu and Ketu in its axis. Because this is the axis of Rahu and Ketu and Sun Moon are very close, this is new moon day and it is happening in Mrigashira Nakshatra. So the eclipse engulfs Sun in Mrigashira Nakshatra. Also you see Mercury getting retrograde in Mrigashira Nakshatra, and Mercury is also very close to the Sun. In fact, Mercury is approaching Sun. Mercury is hardly 1 degree away from the Sun. So Moon is behind the Sun, Mercury is ahead of the Sun, and Sun is in between. So mind and intelligence, mind and intellect, Man and Buddhi are engulfing Sun, whereas Rahu from behind is giving the necessary push, the necessary amplification. So I definitely see a change in ideology in all of us. I definitely see the mind, body, soul impact of this eclipse. So on one hand, you can say that the eclipse will not have a lot of physical impact in this time frame, but considering the planetary position, we can definitely say that the internal impact of the eclipse will be so high that we will be off our karmic course, and probably many of us will be finding an alternate timeline in our future. Alternate future will be created for most of us. Rahu in Rohini is definitely going to make you slightly insecure. On the other hand, Moon, Sun and Mercury is Mrigashira. Mrigashira means mind of a deer. It's unstable. It is a seeker nakshatra. This nakshatra is always trying to hop around. This nakshatra always wants to get more knowledge. So this eclipse is more about knowledge, more about correction of karma, because mind is retro. This mind wants to get connected to the soul, and intellect also wants to get connected to the soul. So this is the time frame for the next couple of months. You need to completely focus on your identity. This eclipse is also going to create identity crisis in a lot of people, especially if you are a prominent Taurus person. That means you have moon or lagna lord or lagna as a Taurus itself, or maybe you have sun in Taurus or Rahu Ketu in Taurus. So if you have these planets in the sign of Taurus, or if you are under Venus Mahadasha, Sun Mahadasha, Rahu Mahadasha, Saturn Mahadasha, then you will see the impact of eclipse will be very high on you. One more event is happening on this day of eclipse. The day is a very auspicious day. This is the Amavasya of Shani. It is Shani Jayanti on the day of eclipse, and the day is simply a day of great importance. Mrigashira Nakshatra has the energy of Mars associated to it. And when we say Mars, we can see that the Mars is completely in Pushya Nakshatra on the day of 10th of June. And Pushya is a positive nakshatra, but Mars is very soft in Pushya Nakshatra. This is a search for devotion. This is the search for dedication. Also, if you see the position of Ketu, Ketu is in Anuradha Nakshatra. Anuradha, I have already made a video of Ketu in Anuradha Nakshatra. It is also the transit of devotion, surrender. So this eclipse says that no matter how much you fight with your fate, the only way out right now is to surrender. And probably this is the karmic change that the eclipse is going to bring in your life, is that it will give you the realization that surrender is only key here. Surrender is the key to get out of the problems, and Rahu will then give you the necessary push. Mind will definitely try to seek and find the solution of the problems that you're facing in your life, and this is the eclipse of karma. See, solar eclipse impacts sun. Sun is identity, sun is soul, sun is your existence, sun is ego. So definitely this eclipse is going to change the way you operate on your ego. It will change the way your ego or your perception of life happens in this planet. The reality changes because of this eclipse, and definitely if moon is impacted, that means mana sharir, or the mind is getting impacted. That means your emotions are getting impacted. Mercury, that means your buddhi, chetana, consciousness. These elements of the human existence gets impacted because of this eclipse. On the other hand, the eclipse, you also see one thing, that the eclipse happens on the sign of Taurus. Now what is special about this? Yes, the Taurus sign is ruled by Venus, and see where Venus is. Venus is in Adra Nakshatra. So definitely this is not going to be comfortable for many of us. Because Venus is in Adra Nakshatra, this is not a good place for Venus. This is more like tapasya for love, tapasya to change our life, tapasya to, it's like Shukracharya doing the tapasya for Shiva. So the blessings will be coming, but the path that is selected for the blessing is a very hard path. It is a tapa, it is the yoga that has to be done. So definitely the eclipse is not a comfortable eclipse. Being negative and being uncomfortable are two different things. Most of the time they go hand in hand, but many a times hard work means leaving your comfort zone, and that gives you the necessary output in your life, and this is exactly what this eclipse is all about. So when you are considering this particular eclipse, and when you're considering the position of different planets, and when you see that the house in which the eclipse happens is already under Pap Kartiri between Rahu and Mars, definitely this eclipse is an eclipse of change. This is an eclipse where you break the boundary, break the shackles, find an alternate way out. This is a seeker's eclipse. If you are a believer, this eclipse is going to torment you, because your belief system will break. The land beneath you, the land on the platform on which you are standing is going to shake, and there will be an earthquake in your life. Ideological earthquake. What that will do is that will shatter your confidence, that will break you from within, and that will create a new human through you. You will become a completely different human beings over a course of time, say for the next 6 months, depending upon what dasha or mahadasha you are in. Obviously, this eclipse will have a great soul impact, and the consciousness is going to also get impacted, especially on 10th of June. You might see people with weak Mercury and Moon having headaches, dizziness, lethargy. They may not function properly. Their mind, they will not be able to concentrate on things properly. Do comment if you face this kind of effects of the eclipse. But overall, should we take this eclipse as a negative eclipse? No. Hard work is one part of this, going easy is another part of this, but negativity, I don't think, is associated with this eclipse. Why? For any eclipse, for anything to give you something, it has to have its resources. Say, I have to fight a war, then I must have the resource of weapons, or at least I should have the resource of energy. If you want to buy something, you must have some resources like money in the bank. So, second from eclipse is the house of great importance. If there is a control of positive planets on that house, then definitely the eclipse will not cause any harm. This is struggle for independence. This is struggle to quit the negativity. This is like using Maya to counter Maya. Obviously, this is like rocket blowing into the space, but it has to use materials that is acquired from the earth itself. The material that the rocket creates that finds from the earth is re-engineered, and that re-engineering helps him steer in the space. That is exactly what this eclipse is all about. If you see second from the eclipse, it is Venus in picture. Venus and Mercury has a Parivartan Yoga. So definitely this eclipse is a resource hungry eclipse, but because of the Jupiter's aspect on the second house and Jupiter aspect sixth from eclipse, Jupiter being in the 10th in Sadbhisha Nakshatra, you can say this is healer's paradise. This is healing eclipse. This eclipse is going to heal you. This is like applying ointment on a cut or on a burn. It may pain initially, it may sting sharply, but it is the medicine that will heal you, and you have to undergo that sting, that pressure, that sharpness, that kind of pain and agony for a very brief period of time, so that you undergo a lot of change. I'm again reiterating this fact. This eclipse will change you from within. Whether you bring Sura, that is Deva, inside, or whether you allow Asura to go inside, is going to be your choice. Rahu doesn't ask you to follow him. Rahu is an ideology. It is only going to plant a seed and then see which path you take. That's what Rahu and Ketu is. So you have to see which path you are going to take. You can say in a way that after this eclipse happens, both the god and the demons are going to ask us, whom do you want to choose? And who chooses the divine will see suddenly a sudden eruption of happiness, ecstasy, and they will be one part of the world. And the other part of the world will be demonical. They will accept the demons, they will accept the dark forces, maybe because their mind is overridden by the material things, or they just don't want to leave the death and life cycle that what God wants us to get free from. But if you accept the demonical energy, then there is no respite, and this is only going to increase. This is an amplification of energy. Whatever energy or whatever path you choose, it is going to get amplified. You will be provided with the resources that you choose. You choose white or you choose black, you choose light or you choose darkness, is going to be your decision. So definitely it's a highly karmic eclipse. So Jupiter is going to take care of the disputes coming from the eclipse. So Jupiter is kind of healing it. Although sixth lord is also under Pap Kartari, but Jupiter's aspect on the sixth house and the sixth lord also helps you release the prarabdha karma, and suddenly some prarabdha, that means some events in your life, will become compulsive, and it will come out of the box, out of the blue. You have to be very, very careful where your Taurus Gemini zodiac sign falls, which two houses it rules, and what is happening with your sixth house in your horoscope. That's the trigger of the eclipse, and that's how you can read what eclipse is going to bring, which Pandora's box eclipse is going to open, which part of your life is going to take the hit. But at least one prarabdha will be cleared. In a way it is good, but prarabdha cannot be cleared it's not a cakewalk for you. It's not easy. It cannot be cleared with happiness or without pain and suffering. So that is one angle to the eclipse. But I don't see it as a negative thing, because definitely this eclipse is bringing a change to positivity, because Saturn is also aspecting the sixth house, the house of Libra, and Saturn is also aspecting Mars in this case. Mars is also in Pushya Nakshatra, which is also a Saturnian nakshatra. So definitely Saturn has a greater role. And remember, the eclipse happens on Shani Jayanti. That means praying to Shani on this eclipse is going to be the crucial remedy that if you do, you are going to get guided by the practicality, you are going to guided by the energies of Shanidev. So what you should do, you should simply chant this prayer: Nilanjanam Samabhasam Raviputram Yamagrajam Chaya Martanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shaneshwaram. You accept your mistakes and you apologize for anything that you have done knowingly or unknowingly, and that will bring that deep rooted changes within you, and then the changes will be positive instead of being negative. Instead of being harmful, the changes will be extremely positive. Coming to all the ascendants, I'm going to cover up all the ascendant briefly one by one. I will give you hints which area to look and hope that helps. So seekers, this was a brief analysis on the eclipse. I hope this eclipse will bring a lot of positive results on you and transformation. Also pray Mahamrityunjay mantra. That is also going to be wonderful. Chanting Shani mantra, Shani Chalisa on the day of eclipse, on the day of Shani Jayanti, that will help Saturn guide you, because you are bowing down in front of Saturn at the feet of Shani Dev, that please guide me, and I seek apology and shelter at your feet. This particular affirmation to Shani Dev is going to change your life forever, because he is, after all, also a teacher. Planets are our teacher and they are to teach, but they have their own way of teaching. The teaching way of Saturn is always grinding, it's always experimental, it's always a field work, a learning on the go. And I will say that is one of the best way to learn something, through experience. Try to experience the positivity of this eclipse, meditate and do pranayam and eat less on the day, and also if possible you can do vrat on 10th of June. Thank you for watching this video. Please comment your suggestions and your experiences of the eclipse in the comment section. You can connect me on my social media platforms. Explore my other videos on this channel. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is your host Puneet. Namaste.